Hi everyone, my name is Neil. I'm a developer here at Project Portfolio Office, and today I'm excited to introduce our new external form feature. The external form allows you to securely expose a PPO entity to users outside your organization without requiring them to log in. So where would this be useful? This is ideal for scenarios such as clients submitting new project requests, business stakeholders raising demand for new initiatives, suppliers providing delivery updates, contractors submitting information, or conducting things like project office maturity assessments. Essentially, any situation where you need structured external data captured directly into PPO. Let's take a look at how this works. But before we jump into configuration, let me quickly show you what the standard demand add page looks like for internal users, as this is the entity I want to show during this demo video. So let's navigate to the demand entity on my own instance. Specifically, I want to show you the add page so that you get a feel for how it looks for internal users. So we have all these fields in the form and it's separated by these categories. All these gray fields are required fields, and you'll see some of our fields even have pre-populated default values for them. So now let's configure an external version of this, streamlined for external users. To configure the external form, navigate to the administration menu and click on external form configuration. If you don't see this option, your PPO administrator may need to grant access via user groups. This is the configuration screen. You'll notice that the external form is not enabled by default. This is intentional. It allows you to fully configure and review the form before making it publicly accessible. We first tick enabled. We give the form a name, strategic demand submission. And if you'd like to enhance the look and feel, you can include a header image. You want this visually engaging, but not so large that users have to scroll immediately. We do not apply any resizing to your uploaded image. You'll notice that the entity is explicitly marked as required. This is because the form must represent a specific PPO entity, and the next couple of settings depend on the field being populated. Let's select demand. It is important to note here that only one entity can be exposed at a time. Now this is where it gets powerful. We can exclude entire categories that are irrelevant to external users. For our example, we'll exclude the management category. And now when I excluded this, the status and follow update will not appear on the external form. Similarly, we can hide individual fields. For our example, I'll hide the requested by field, as I'll be an anonymous user that is not a user on the system. It is, however, important to remember if fields are hidden this way and there are validation rules set up on any of these, additional configuration by our support team may be required to ensure records are created successfully. We can also rename fields to make them more intuitive for our external users. For example, duration estimate can become how long would this take? And impact can become something like what does this impact? This makes the form more conversational and easier for our non-PPO users. Now let's talk security. The external form uses a one-time PIN authentication. And here's how that works. When a user accesses the form, they enter their email address, complete a CloudFront turnstile check, receive a one-time PIN via email. This PIN grants a temporary access to submit the form. For additional security, you can restrict the access by email name. For example, I'll enter our one as well as an example just to illustrate that it should be one per line. And similarly, we can apply IP restrictions. I'll also add these two examples. And this is useful if submissions should only come from corporate networks. At the top of the configuration page, you'll see the external form URL. It follows this format: https://forms.ppolive.com/ and your instance name. I'll copy this and open it in a new window. Let's save this configuration and go to our copied URL. In here, we will enter our email address. The Cloudflare turnstile already auto-completed. I'm not a bot. And we'll send our OTP. Now let me show you how the OTP looks. The user will then receive an email like this, stating the email address it was sent to, which instance it was for, and then this OTP can be copied and pasted into this verification code box. And please do note that the OTP code is valid for 30 minutes. Once authenticated, you will see your form. And then we'll notice that the management category is completely gone, as well as the requested by. Now I've got some text I can copy to submit one, so that I save you the time of watching me typing all this out. But let's submit this quickly. You will also notice that the caption here is changed. So what does this impact? Select Barry, transform and grow, cost estimate, and how long does this take? And then I'll submit. And there, my record is created in PPO. So let's go back to PPO. I'll see that there's a notification for me in my feed that a demand edit was added. And I can view this record that I added. And here you will see we didn't change the caption inside the system. It's only for the form. And that's it. Our demand has been created in PPO. Before closing, just a few important considerations. Only one entity can be exposed at a time. OTP authentication is always required. Excluding fields connected to business rules may require additional adjustments. And that's it. That's the external form, a secure, flexible way to capture structured external data directly into your PPO environment. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to stay up to date with new PPO features, product updates, and best practices, be sure to subscribe to our blog. Just head over to go-to-ppo.com, hover over company, click on blog, enter your details, and click to subscribe. It's really that simple. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.